Alright, so basically, the last video, this is gonna be the second part because of my phone accidentally, they're not shut off on me, but like, you know how it is when you basically press the button on inside your phone or whatever, and you turn the, well, whatever off, but it's not completely off. Yeah, that happened. So it basically stopped working. So basically, as I was saying before, I pressed the button. I mean, press the side, which this is happening with my phone. I can press the side and it'll shut off. But anyways, so what happens is this. Um, he basically tanks the hit, blocking it, and he's getting sent flying. But the thing is, it does pierce his arms. It just doesn't pierce all the way through. So there's blood as well. He goes in flying, and then she basically exploded it. At which, yeah, the whole entire thing with the white eyes, the silver eyes thing happens, which she was shot by. And where Zuko's fallen was in the direction toward where Blake is and everything. So, Blake is seeing this. She's basically seeing what happens along with everyone else. And, well, they don't know what it is until she hears a howl. So only Team Ruby understands this, and, Jean and Nero, I mean, not Nero, Lee, Nora, even the Sun, and Neptune. And basically, he goes like, "It's Zuko!" So he's going over where, like, going over them. Blake immediately runs, jumps, uses her basically, she was able to grab her weapon, and throws it to the nearest building and propels herself forward, and does catch a Zuko. As well, what happens is a couple of Grims catches him and her, in which she was like, "What the?" So Crow sees him, and Good Witch and, well, Ironwood as the main. Basically, Piero is with everyone. Basically, the Dragon Grim, Dragon like Bird Grim. Basically, they all started to like fade, but the flames, like turn to flames as all of them that were there, all the Grims suddenly goes into a ball form. Go into like all the flames are traveling all the way to Izuku and Blake and Wolf goes into a ball form, and it immediately goes inside into Izuku shadow. I'm just kidding. They go inside to Izuku basically in his transformation form. As in Wolf comes off of him and he has lines across of him. In which Crow's like, "Whoa, okay, now that is damn interesting." Which Good Witch and Ironwood nods. So, since Oz's been around, everything kind of gets cleared up, but everyone saw what happened. They're all shocked by this, and Ozpin does not let, basically Lisa's father take her because of Azuku's actions. He has to admit he cannot take his daughter back. I mean, he can, but the safety of her was good, and the townspeople. So they're like literally only about not that many. There's like the good number of deaths, but not that many. So everything that happens in canon, even with them leaving to New Haven, I think that's what it's called. And Crow, telling Ruby about Silver Eyes and such. But the thing is, well, Izuku is in a hospital, and Blake is there with him. He's waking up. He's like, "Ah, my head." And Wolf is there, and he starts licking him. He's like, I mean, not Wolf, Max. Max is there. And he starts licking him. He goes, "Max?" He's like, and then he says, telepathically connected. He goes like, "God, you're all right." He's like, "Yeah, but what happened to all the Grims?" That he was like, "Wait, dude, look." He does nod. He was like, "It's the Grims. It seems like we absorbed them into us. Basically, they become a part of us too. We could technically have our own army if we wanted to." Izuku just realizes that. He was like, "Oh crap!" Like, sees him. She goes, "Izuku, you're awake. I'm," and she hugs him, and he goes, "I'm fine. I'm fine." I told you he wasn't gonna kill me. But man, that Cinder girl. As necessarily he looks at the power and he goes like, "Can I just call you Amber?" She does nod. He's like, "All right then, Amber. How much power do I have?" She says, "Out of well, how should I say this? Out of 100, you're only missing a good 15 to 20%." He was like, "Shit! I took all that power from her that quickly," which the power, Amber nods, which is technically the fall, basically power fall maiden form Amber. Yeah, nods. He goes, "Sweet." Anyways, Blake is still hugging him and crying. He goes like, "Should we talk about that kiss?" Her face gets red, and he just says, "Or not, if you don't want to." She goes, "It's fine. Uh, can you come with me?" He goes, "Huh? I want you to meet my parents." He's like, well, sure. As soon as I get out of the hospital." Which she does not, and she basically crawls into his bag, and he's like, Blake." She goes, "Shush, sleep, rest." He goes, "But my arms are," and then he basically sees his arms. Yeah, Zuko came out. Basically they did pierce his arms, but because of this, he looks like he has glass tattoos on his arm now, but they're perfectly fine. So yeah, it's like okay, so rest, got it. So yeah, so basically, he rests. Ozpin talks to him, tells him what's gonna happen, and that he tells him that Blake wants her, to come, wants him to come with. So he's gonna leave with her as soon as he can, and try to figure out what this new form is, which she understands that. So when the time winter comes, yeah, him and her are leaving. Ruby and is leaving with basically John and Nora, Lee. That's all happening. That is all happening. And he basically figured out he basically can summon them, and technically the more feeling like his emotions can affect them. So the stronger emotions he has, they get stronger, but it's also his willpower affects it too. So yeah. Anyways, everyone, um, I will be watching more Ruby, but I'm gonna be uploading this videos. I am not going to be basically, making the Italian, well, not Italian, but the Grave Walker Naruto yet. So I am going to I'm gonna try to, but I'm gonna be uploading these videos as soon as I can. This is technically part 2. It's short because I could not finish, the full video because I accidentally shoved I basically, shoved the, screen to turn to lock. So yeah. Anyways, this is 2 part. So I hope you guys like this part, and bye everyone.